You got some people now talking about white monopoly capital. What is that? You see, first of all, it's an abuse of a phrase, of a term, a concept, which was used in scientific economic literature, which talked about monopoly capital. And monopoly capital in this sense, that you have, this is in all of the economics books. You said the beginning of the capitalist system, you have many firms, many factories, many small capitalists. There is not any one of them who is so big as to influence what happens on the market. So you have a market system, a capitalist market system, which is non-monopoly. But the economic textbooks will also tell you that it's in the nature of capital to swallow others. So inevitably, a capitalist system is going to result in concentration and centralization of capital. So out of the 1,000 firms in this sector, ultimately we are going to end up with 6. That is what is then called monopoly capital. In order to contrast it with this non-monopoly stage, when there is no firm big enough to influence the market. Now you've got half a dozen, which are big enough to influence what happens in the market. That's what's then called monopoly capital. Not monopoly in the sense of the existence of only one company, which is what monopoly means, the word. But I'm saying that in the economic literature, the monopoly capitalism is understood as a stage where you've got fewer numbers of firms, so big that they may be 6 or 8 or 10, whatever, so big that they can then influence the market. That's what is described as monopoly capital. Then somebody here, somewhere, adds the word white. And then they quote these famous names that you've heard as exemplars of this white monopoly capital, the Oppenheimer, the Roberts. Don't imagine that the South African capital market in 2017 is the same as it was in 1994. It isn't. It's changed.
And this is unique to South Africa.
It's global. It's a process. It's changed. So when somebody comes to you to say the principal enemy of the National Democratic Revolution is white monopoly capital. Wait. You should say wait. I know the role of monopoly capital. Let's discuss that. Even as it would relate to South Africa. White monopoly capital is the enemy of the National Democratic Revolution. You are then suggesting to me that I must take action against this enemy. Otherwise, what's the point of pointing out an enemy? Who is this enemy? You are obliged to say Johan Rupert. I don't know what you're going to do with Johan. Thrashing something.
You go to Stellenbosch, it's not Himalaya. You go and gather them, all of them, around those mountains and you tell them.
So this is what I'm saying with the 52-year-old. Therefore, let's understand properly what is happening to the South African capitalist economy, so that we can then intervene to do the right thing. Because if we misdiagnose the problem, the cure is going to be wrong.